Gold has just been rising for last few months. In fact, in 2024, it has just been absolutely bullish, and so far it has not been showing any kind of signs of weakness. It has slowed down. It has gone into consolidation, but again it has been bullish. So is it going to continue to stay bullish, or is it reaching certain levels where it can take another pause? Now this pause can be minor correction, it can be minor consolidation. So is it reaching certain level like that? Let's find out in this analysis. Welcome back to this analysis of gold XAUUSD. My name is Vic. I'm the founder of Vikinsa Capital Management. Thanks for joining me here. Sorry for being out of touch with you guys. I've been traveling, and as I said in my DXY analysis as well. By the way, if you have not watched my dollar index analysis, I've already posted that, so you should watch that. So as I said, I've been traveling and meeting my family and friends, and I also got a chance to meet some of you guys as well, which has been very thankful and very fruitful experience for me. So I'm looking forward to working in the markets again and helping you out with the content and other stuff. So let's start with gold, a fresh analysis on gold right now. So now what we have is, if I go to 12 months time frame, we can see that the market actually broke out of here. This was completely bullish. I was expecting a little pause here, and what actually happened, the market actually paused a little bit and then it's continued to go up. And if I look at a 6 months time frame here, if I look at 6 months time frame, it has just been going up, right? And these 6 months, the last 6 months, basically last 6 months is the last quarter, the 2025 quarter. This has created one of the biggest candles ever. Now when you have huge candles like this, usually that is a sign of that after that market is going to take a little bit of pause. So it is not guaranteed, but that's what usually happens, because market needs to pause for a little bit, accumulate orders, create traps, bull traps, bear traps, and then continue to go any further. If I go to the 3 months time frame, this is where the pause happened. This is I've been talking about this. The market gave us several opportunities to trade here, and then market broke out. This was one of the biggest candle, as you can see. This candle is one of the biggest 3 month candle ever, in the past few years. I can see. So the current 3 month candle, which has started at the start of April, this can actually reverse, or it can have a little bit of pause, or it can have slight weakness, just depending on the candlestick behavior. There is no mention of levels as of yet, in this analysis. We'll come to those levels, but just by looking at the candles, we can see that this is the candle which has come after one of the biggest candles, and that is why there can be little bit of profit taking, little bit of pause here, just based on the candlestick. So if I go to the monthly time frame, on 3 time frame, again same thing. This was one of the biggest candles, this one here, just before that. So the March candle was one of the biggest candles in the past couple of years. That is why the next candle is very very important. If I go to the weekly time frame, on the weekly time frame, again similar sort of story. The previous candle was one of the biggest weeks, compared to previous months, for a few months, this was the biggest candle. So the current candle, which has finished the last week, that is going to be very important, because after that, in the next week, it can start to have consolidation, or it can have little bit of movement down. But that does not mean that it cannot go up and then come down. It can still do that. It is not going to be like this, like market opens and it will start to fall down. It can still continue to go up, will go to certain levels and then come back down. If I go to the daily time frame, on the daily time frame, it has already started to show a little bit of weakness here, but that does not mean that it cannot go up, because the market is absolutely bullish, and it has been breaking most of the usual technical analysis, right? The long term technical analysis, because it's just it continues to go in one direction. Okay, so now if I go back to the monthly time frame, let me show you one important thing. And we have already been monitoring it and trading in our FCP Discord room. So I started working like a couple of days ago, like in FCP Discord room with client students, and I already presented this idea. So let me show it to you here in this as well. So if I go to the monthly time frame here, and if I take my usual fib, right, because our FCP work, Fibonacci conference pattern work is based on Fibonacci, so Fibonacci is our bread and butter. So if I take that and if I draw from here all the way down to this level here, like this, I have to be slightly accurate. Don't worry about these lines here. Okay, for now, just have a look at where we are exactly right now. Okay, we are exactly at this fib level, which is 2.618 extension of that monthly. Okay, and we can do the same exercise from here as well, and you'll see that we have something like this as well around this area. So because this is a fib level here, 2.618 on monthly time frame, okay, this one, that is why market may actually face a little bit of correction here, and that's what we have been following, and we have been actually taking trade on, like so last week, um personally I was able to take a couple of trades here. Other students have already been taking trades here, so I took this trade here. I was expecting it to fall further down, but that did not happen. One of the students was able to take that one. Then I was expecting another one, which I had to close at break even after a minor profit. And then after that, obviously, students have been taking it. But then we had another one on Friday. I took another one on XAUUSD, and at the same time, I took another one on XAUAUD. Now, you do not have to just trade XAUUSD, which is basically gold in terms of dollar. There are other things that you can fold. I can do. So I usually trade XAUAUD. Now, usually this one has bigger spreads. Okay, but if you know what you're doing, and if it is in your budget, right, basically if it follows trading plan, you can do that. So I took this trade because we had this FCP zone, and I was able to take this this short trade on last week, and this is what I shared with FCP students as well. This was the one, and this is still there. There is a gap available on XAUAUD. I'm not sure whether that is going to get filled or not, but this was a very good trade to finish our week with. So there were trades that I took on gold, XAUAD, and then this one. Now, in terms of what the structure is telling us, in terms of smaller time frame levels, there are certain levels that I have already marked. This is very important level, and this is also very important level. So let me change the color of them, because these are kind of monthly resistance level. Okay, so if I go to the 4 hour time frame, this is what has happened. Market fell down exactly from there all the way down to this important level, and from here the market bounced up. Now it remains to be seen whether it actually breaks out of the previous high and creates new high. If it starts to continue to do that, then approximately these levels can act as your profit targets if if you're going for bullish, and also they can act as resistance. What does it mean? Remember, it's the same thing. If you have taken a long from here, this can be your resistance, which basically means that this can be a profit target as well. Okay, and if it is resistance, and if you get a confirmation, you can take a little short from here. Okay, so trade one level at a time. Okay, so if you're taking a long because of anything whatever, right, then these can be your profit targets, one level at a time. Okay, similarly, if it starts to fall down, then these levels can act as support here, and hence the profit targets for your short positions. In terms of the market structure, there is a very important thing which is happening right now, is something like this. Market is possibly creating a W pattern. Okay, sorry, M pattern. So it remains to be seen whether it actually breaks out of this and continues to create a new all-time high. However, if it continues to fall from here, and if the midpoint is broken, then it can come down to one of these levels as profit targets. So this is what I'll be looking at, and obviously in here we will be discussing short-term movements as well, on 5 minutes day trading, and short term day trading, scalping, those sort of opportunities here. In this analysis, obviously because I'm posting this analysis on weekly basis, or for entire week, I cannot mention everything in here, but this should help you a little bit. And if you found this useful, maybe make sure that you hit the like button and subscribe to the channel, and share it with other traders and trading communities. Right. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great trading time. And thank you for watching. Find and follow us on these social media channels.